Hi everyone, Robert Waldman for Movie World. Hope everybody is enjoying themselves, having a nice summer as we head into the fall. As a matter of fact, I think many people feel that they're sort of trapped because of the COVID-19 coronavirus. Well, actually, the movie I want to talk about today, it's from the past, and you kind of feel trapped in it because the movie actually is called Entrapment. And it's not a bad little thriller. The movie came out in 1999, and that was just before the millennium, which is 2000. So there's that millennium theme running through it. What is entrapment all about? Well, entrapment is a term, I guess a legal term or a police term or whatever, where you try to trap somebody and you try to get the goods on them. That's what happens in this film. You see, it's all about the FBI, an insurance investigator, and a master criminal, a thief, a nice guy thief. He doesn't go around shooting people or hurting people. He just goes about actually stealing valuable, rare art. Sean Connery stars as Mac. He's a very suave, debonair criminal who only takes pride in stealing really expensive, elite artwork, like Rembrandt's, for example. So the FBI is on to him. An insurance investigator who's working with the FBI, an FBI agent named Jen, somehow hooks up with this guy. Jen is played beautifully well by the beautiful Katherine Zeta Jones. Remember her? Well, in real life, she happens to be married to Michael Douglas. A little bit of Hollywood gossip there. But she obviously got everybody's attention when she starred as the lady in The Mask of Zorro. That was the Antonio Banderas thriller a few years back. I think that movie also had Sir Anthony Hopkins. Little bit of 6 degrees of separation trivia for you. The Mask of Zorro, starring Catherine Zeta-Jones, was directed by Martin Campbell, who actually directed 2 James Bond movies, GoldenEye, Pierce Brosnan's debut, and also Casino Royale, Daniel Craig's debut. And, as I said before, Sean Connery is the star of this movie, the original and real James Bond. That's a lot of degrees of separation. So how about this movie? Is it good? Is it entertaining? Yes, it is. It's well done, and the director happens to be a fellow named Jean Amiel, who's very knowledgeable about directing first-class actors. The movie also features Will Patton, who's very effective as the FBI chief. It also features Bing Rhames, who's one of our favorite burglars' cohorts. And also a Canadian is on tap in this movie, Maury Chaykin, who plays a New York detective who's out to try to find out what's going on when this master criminal comes to town. A good movie, yes. The movie actually is filmed in New York, then we go to London, then we go to Scotland, and finally to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Again, this movie is all about a master thief going through the motions using science and technology, a master thief who actually trains this so-called cohort who pretends to be a burglar, Ms. Jones as Jen. The two get very close together because there's training involved for a very big job, a big robbery. Will they be successful in the robbery of a century? Who knows? Will this girl, who actually is an FBI agent, will she keep to the plan and find the goods on this burglar and turn him over to the authorities? Or maybe, just maybe, she might like the guy and not turn him in. That's for you to decide. Now, I like Sean Connery, obviously. He's the biggest star in world history, and I do happen to be a little bit knowledgeable on the James Bond movies. Unfortunately, Mr. Connery in 2000 or 1999 didn't quite look as good as he did in 1962 when he debuted as 007 in Dr. No, the first in a series of phenomenally successful movies which have to be credited to him. On a scale of 1 to 10, I gotta give this movie, Entrapment, I find it to be a very good, warm, light-hearted, whimsical, romantic, escapist adventure yarn, which is why I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. There is chemistry between Connery and Zeta-Jones, and there's a big age difference. I guess Sean back in those days was probably in the 60s, and Catherine Zeta-Jones was in their 30s. But you know what? You can feel the heat. On a scale of 1 to 10, as I said, Entrapment gets a very solid 7. Thank you for watching. Robert Waldman for Movie World. Hope to see you again.